I was groomed as a child and suffered a lot of domestic violence, and part of that meant that I had no confidence, no self-esteem. My mum got me on a course initially. She said that I needed to rebuild my life, so she put me on the first health and social level 1, and then as I progressed here I went to the level 2, level 3, and then went on to the University of Hull and graduated in children's interprofessional studies. My mum believed that coming to college had offered me more than just an education. I think it was more about being able to socialise with people, routine, having a focus other than what was going on in the background. The very first time I stepped back in college, it was daunting and I was scared, but once I got into it, I enjoyed it, and I enjoy being in this place. There's a lot of positivity. Coming back into college taught me that actually those experiences don't have to define you forever, and that you can move on and you can succeed, and that education really is a passport to success in many ways.
The personal barriers that she'd had to come through and the mountains that she's climbed is really quite remarkable. She did this predominantly to try and have a future for her and her children, because she was going to provide for her children. She wasn't going to rely on anybody else. Without a doubt, Kirsty would have moved herself forward, but by gaining an education and continuing with that education, she's going to have the opportunities that she well deserves.
Since working at college more recently, I've also done more courses on working with young people with mental health issues more specifically. I'm working toward becoming a special educational needs teacher, which is why I'm going to be doing my PGCE. I've also highlighted a master's I'd like to do in special educational needs, inclusion and diversity. It's enabled me to build my skills, take my own strengths and my own experiences and put them to some good use. Without the education, I would have never have got a degree. I wouldn't be embarking on a PGCE. And it's also meant that my children have got a better life, and that they've looked at me and they understand that education is important. If you're nervous about returning to learning, I would say just take it step by step, because how you feel today, you won't feel like that in 6 months or even a year. And you'll be so thankful that you took the first step.